Oh, that one is Tenamasiko. Okay. Thank you for this. I think you want to introduce yourself? Yes, it is within the 10 minutes.
Okay, I'll be so quick. My name is Aspirants. My name means that we have hope. Fellow candidates, it was a vote, so you don't take it personal. They say I have to use 10 minutes, and for sure I'll make so much of your time. I made a presentation on an account that not everyone has time to read the Constitution of the Convocation. And on that matter, I will just use a few lines within our Constitution so that I show you why we should take this seriously and how I take it very seriously. And the mission of this Convocation is, the vision of the Convocation is to be effective partner in realization of the goals chased by the University Convocation. And our mission is to mobilize members. And I brought this thing so that you see our main hall is well refurbished. It is not full. But the purpose of the Convocation is to mobilize all well-wishers to support the welfare and progress of Mackay University and participate in enhancement of improvement of intellectual and material well-being of the university community, including fostering close friendship, professional relationship among members and between Convocation and the university. And I will run my campaigns, or I have run my campaigns professionally. I did not talk about anybody, I did not scratch anyone, because that's what, when someone spent 3 years in university, that's what someone should be looking out for. And the principles, I read an email about some issues. The principles of the Convocation, we should be having freedom of expression like we are here. We should talk about things and not take it personal. We should be able to be democratic on Saturday. We should be able to be non-discriminative, and we should not be political. I shouldn't be seeing anyone saying I'm in this, but don't take me into a given party. I want to be a Mackay alumni. I want to be a global citizen. So I will jump to the aims and objectives, and I will talk about my obligations as the chairman, because that's where I will be able to talk about what I will do for this Convocation. So I will rush there. This presentation is available. These are my duties. And I will use this constitutional given duties in order to be able to explain to you what I'll be able to do. I'll be responsible for the overall planning and administrative leadership of the Convocation. And just like some of you found me here trying to give an interlude, I have spent, now I'll be almost 1.5 years. I can shout, don't worry. Hello. I've spent close to 1.5 years trying to organize the moon viewing. This isn't about either marketing myself or the rest. But this was to make sure that I educate the public on how we live in this universe. And so organizing Convocation events will be a piece of cake for me, if I may use that slang. Convene and preside all meetings of the Convocation, communicate all the resolutions of the Convocation and such matters and proposals to the patron. The patron is the Vice Chancellor, and the University Council as may be required from time to time. There is evidence that most people do not know what actual Convocation is. And I have evidence that I've met people who are members of staff, and when I tell them I'm actually standing for chairman Convocation, they ask me what is Convocation. And some of you have seen my videos. I did not just make my videos when I'm campaigning, but I even went ahead and made a video that drives you from the main gate, actually from one area, up to the main building here, as well as the Convocation. The other bit is, so after the meetings, we had a strike the other week. A strike that was saying that people are not concerned about the policy. That was a shame. The convocation involves all the parents and other people out there. The convocation chairman should bring the views on how they view the policy and bring it to council and tell the council that this is how the things are done. People there are complaining they cannot get the money in the right time. Then there is submit reports covering convocation activities, delegate duties to other members of the convocation, be an overall chief executive officer and accounting officer, and perform other duties as a way of being or coming out of the General Assembly. I just wanted to show you what I'm supposed to do, and now I'm going to tell you what I think I'll be able to do. I'm okay. This moment I got today, don't worry, I will talk. I think you people can hear me. Yeah, it's okay. Well, we are using some changing here and there. I value the convocation. Anyone who can have access to my application, when I was coming back here, I said that I would like to build my mother institution, for it made me who I am. And my purpose of standing for chair was after seeing how no one is concerned with the alumni. And in my video, because I can't talk too much because of the time, I said that telecom companies contribute 500 shillings, and if there are 1 million subscribers, you get 500 million shillings. On 100,000 alumni, if we contribute each 10,000, we get a billion. And we will not be having something of this sort if I can reach it very fast. So I talked about the moon viewing. These are just 4 photographs of this month, earlier this month, moon viewing, which I had with the students and other people from the public. But in the university like this one, we wouldn't be having such structure. I did not want to embarrass the university because I'm part of it. Because I have my patron to be is in the audience, in the gallery. But if you find that we have streets which still look like this, a contribution of 10,000, which is a billion, can beautify the whole university. So if you are a candidate who was here, and you are an alumni, and you are a member of the convocation, and you give us all the 10,000, we make this place so nice for your children. And then I would like to report that this roundabout here was saved by me when in 2009, the library roundabout used to have people from statistics walking through it. Until when I went with my camera, took a photograph, shared it on the webpage, that's when the administration decided to work on it. And those who are members of staff and are sharing on the webpage, you know how I'm an activist. But I'm tired of being an activist who has no teeth. I would like to get your voice so that when I talk, everyone says that is the chairman who talked. And if you cannot do anything, I can be able to get the money from the alumni and do it. So in short, because I'm now having only 1 minute, and I cannot say so many things because they are all in the video. The things of having the newsletter, things of being able to get views from the public, using our expertise from the alumni, things to do with being the source of the knowledge. Having this place is so nice now, organizing public lectures, presentations, consultancies from us, because we are all experts here. Even you who go out there, we should be able to move this university to the next level. Because of the time constraint, I will stop there and allow questions, because questions may be able to enlighten if that is the case, or if I have to sit first and others can pay. But vote me on Saturday, and you will see that I will implement the things that I've written them in newspapers, they are articles, they are in my video. I cannot say all of them here.
Thank you very much. Can you give me my another applause, please. I think you can sit down. That's we had agreed that the candidate talks and we interact with them. Can I call candidate number 2? Please, Mr. Katushabe Atkins.
Do you have a document?
Hello.
So that we load. No. Okay, so
You can start while the thing is getting loaded.
The Vice Chancellor, the Chairperson, candidates, members of the Academic Register Department, alumni, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. This is Atkins Katushabe. Okay, Atkins Katushabe is a Director of International Relations and Cooperation, CFK. An international organization.
think betray.
That tries to answer that tries to answer pressing global needs by using science, technology, and innovations, and of course trying to cause relevant partnerships between scientists and researchers in the West. Thank you, Prof. So I'll draw attention to, first of all, I'm asking everybody for your vote. Request everybody for your vote as chairperson, Macquarie University Convocation. Come Saturday, 28th March, 2015. And in the interest of time, I won't talk much about what you already know or what you can find art or on the web. The Constitution, Macquarie University Convocation, Constitution is on the web. So I want to talk about it. Also, evolution, I want to talk about evolution because certainly we know about the evolution. I continue with the evolution. And then we have the Macquarie University mandates. Then we have the vision. Then as a university we have what we call core values and their values. And then I want us, ladies and gentlemen, to focus on what I call opportunities. As a university, what do we have? And our words, I had the opportunity to talk with the university leaders. And I told them, I had the chance to say
that if there is any reason attached to why we are kind of stuck in this situation, it's because we have never put Convocation to work for us. I think or have the chance to have the professor who chairs the Convocation in Harvard is a person friend. A professor who chairs a Convocation at Clemson University, South Carolina, is a person friend. Actually, the one in South Carolina and Harvard are aware that I'm running for this office. And I can assure you that should it occur or should make it happen, I can tell you that before end of this year, what will happen is, gentlemen, especially if you came more to me in office as chairperson of Convocation at their university. I've already contacted them. They'll be right here to take us through the process, how Convocation was able to work for them and how it can work for us. They're aware. And I'm quite sure the Saturday, after probably 5 o'clock, they'll be interested to know the outcome of the election process because they're aware that I'm running for a Convocation. Now, we have a very dedicated staff. You can sit down here. We have a growing secondary school that fits the university. We have Uganda's dynamic economy, hunger. You have all of these things that needs knowledge to direct interventions. And of course, Makerere University being the leading university and the country and in the region. Our role as a university is to generate knowledge to answer pressing needs. Then we have a highly committed regional and international partners who believe in Makerere. We have a growing confidence of government in Makerere University. Of course, we have a distinguished leadership in place. We have new partner universities that are able to complement or reinforce what we do as a university. We have strategic national and regional location. And that's the reason why in some places you find that we have more of the international students or regional students that we have from Mexico. So all of these opportunities are reinforced by the international interest that is taking place certainly in the university. But we have, and I hope my time will be compensated because of this kind of thing. But we have challenges. Funding from the university. And I've been sharing with the leaders. It grieves my spirit. Seeing the university that entirely depends upon fees collection. That the moment students don't pay fees on time, they won't have a study on time. And the leaders will have no option, but we have to say, you know what? We got to cut down your incentives. This is something that I want to change. Should you give me the mandate? Because I have the capability. I have personal friends right now, and one of them, I don't want to just talk in italics, one of them is the owner of Washington Gates. And I was telling him, I think 3 months ago, and I was saying, could you consider us having a Makerere University Convocation that is named after you? But all you got to do is to have it funded. And he had no problem. About that. So, I don't want to just walk into the office to become part of a larger problem. I want to be part of the solution. You can see low morale, low allegiance to the university. And ladies and gentlemen, that is demonstrated when you see people trying to fight one another, tear down one another. We can't build Makerere by tearing one another. One thing, my first project is to make sure that all of us come together and we become one. Because it is not until we become one that we can move Makerere University together forward. Thank you so much for your clap. So material telling is continued. You can see what we have. We're not poor. We need to put these resources to use. Our administration or regime will do that. But action plan. I have an action plan. Number one, to pause meetings very quickly. Because I want to work together with my team to create or generate an equation. And I'll ask everyone to fit themselves into that equation. All right, empowerment, parallel, so many things where the action plan. Okay, I have already established. I've already established fundraising chapters spread across the world, and I've already said we'll have a chapter, Makerere University giving chapter in every continent. Our contacts in China. Our contacts in the United States of America, our contacts of people that I work with in Europe and in China. But what am I trying to reach out to those, ladies and gentlemen, to bring everybody together? We have a problem as Makerere University. The problem is not our leaders. It's not the professors or the administrators or the support staff. We need resources to work together. And our regime will help answer that problem. Now, ladies and gentlemen, professional homes, all of those are work plans, migration royalties, all that you can see. But I want to be audited. My 4 years, because after 4 years, you're supposed to hold Atkins to something accountable. What did you do? Just show up again asking for another time and begin creating stories or just bringing story. I want to, ladies and gentlemen, she didn't give me a mandate. My focus is to make sure that I use my international connectivity, that you will have the 2018 that project delivered. Professor Gale, my chairman, the vice chancellor there, you can hold me to account. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you figures.
Thank you very much. We are sorry for the interruption. We had the battery was getting low, so I think you would actually. We gave him some extra 2 minutes, so I think I would appreciate that. Anyway, before we go, I would like to recognize the VC music here also listening because it is partnership that we are looking for, and the higher university management and administration. Well, here. Thank you very much. According to what we had done, we are going to turn to number 3. Please.
Hey, Makerere. Wrong. My name is Asim Muslim, Director Center for Social Research. I worked here for 10 years as a research fellow before establishing the Center for Social Research. And I've employed hundreds of graduates from Makerere because I believe they're better than other graduates. I've also supervised hundreds of them during their internship, and I find them very, very good students. As we speak, ladies and gentlemen, Makerere is sitting on time bomb, and anytime it's going to go up in flames. Why am I saying this? The senior alumni of Makerere University are fighting. The students of Makerere University are disgruntled. So we need somebody independent, ladies and gentlemen, to bring together people who are not from homogeneous society in Makerere. That is why I present myself. It pains me to see members of staff embarrassing themselves in public. and these are members of the alumni. I was here for 10 years. I used to witness all this. I left. It is still continuing. And I want to assure you that the chairman of this convocation can play a role in uniting the alumni of Makerere. We have students joining Makerere University. Everyone who goes to secondary school yearns to join this university. Isn't it? Everyone who comes from secondary school, Makerere is number one. But the moment they join the university, they get this granted, and these are the future members of the alumni. So we need to cultivate love for Makerere, right from the time our students join the university. And we can do better. I'd like to thank the administration for steering this university during very hard times. But I want to join you. I want to join you so that we can unify the administrators, the students, and everyone who belongs to this community. How can we do this? One, we can make sure that we communicate with our graduates all the time, because we can even partner with some of these telecom companies and make sure that they understand what's going on at the university. We can recognize members of the alumni who have done wonders out there, not only regional presidents. President Mike Barton was here and I was excited. I support the program that the university is championing of setting up the best library in Africa. But we can recognize members of the alumni out there in public service, in the army. Once we recognize them, ladies and gentlemen, they will be able to fundraise for this university. Why don't we give them medals? There's so many people out there doing good work, but they're not recognized. The moment we recognize them, Makerere can raise even 10 million shillings through the convocation. Last week, Nyambo boys raised 35 million shillings. We are young girls almost 100 million shillings. How can a secondary school raise such money in short time? Why should people be proud of their secondary schools and not Makerere? This is why I think we should cultivate love for Makerere and the rest will just fall in place. Ladies and gentlemen, the Alumni Association is weak. I hope you all know that. It has been hidden from us for some time, and I'm so annoyed by it. Such a very important organization, hidden from us, yet we could contribute. Why? It is because there are cliques that want to control the resources within that organization. There are people who have given you groups, lists of people to vote on Saturday. Why do you allow that? Why? Vote an individual because of a good time. Why should we say vote as chairman, no chairman, publicity? Why should we do that? That is bad. It means there's a sinister motive. I'm not believing this. So ladies and gentlemen, I have worked with members of the alumni at my organization. I like them so much. I'm willing to even go further to hold motivational talks. Because most students who leave this university are motivated. They don't know what to do to succeed. We need somebody who can touch them. And that is a symbol also. I know there is a plan to hijack the convocation. Somebody told me last week, he called me and said, Wilson, why are you contesting? Guys are giving out money here. They're mobilizing everyone. I said, no. I'm going to convince those mobilized by those people. And don't be afraid to vote for me because they're giving you money which belongs to you. Okay? That is taxpayers' money. And you pay taxes. If you don't pay taxes, your parents pay taxes. It is your money. You can take it, but vote for the single Wilson. I stand for unity. I don't want to hear members to start fighting. Somebody was telling me we're going to vote for so and so because you will push out the vice chancellor. How can one pass push on vice chancellor? It is not possible. It is not. What when I enter, they say, you guy, you have a very good plan, but the road is blocked. I said I'm going to unblock that road because I have a good plan. If you want a better alumni association, vote for independent individuals, not state. But here it should be governed by people who love it from the heart, not somebody sent to come and want to prepare. No! Vote for Aspirants. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Simwe. I tell you this, I'm not happy by the house being not full. You know, we are learning a lot of things here. Yeah? Something which can make us move other things in our own capacity somewhere. So I think we are very, can we give him applause, please? And we go to candidate number 4, please. There's a lot from the timekeeper that when you speak, at least maybe the timekeeper you come this way, probably. You go where they can see you somewhere where they cannot know.
Thank you very much, Chairperson and Master of Ceremony for this first ever candidate meeting or candidate presentation. I want to thank colleagues who have come to translate out, including the latecomers, Honorable Gerard Kahamba, as my brother. I want to be cognizant of the fact that the Vice Chancellor is here, and Vice Chancellor happens to be the patron of this convocation. Ladies and gentlemen, I started transparency, and I reached the point when my transparency paid off by making convocation do its activities in broad daylight. When I was chair MUASA, in this very hall, seated around here, I declared that after serving my mandatory term of 4 years, I shall take the mantle to the people to make convocation more explicit and relevant to this university. One thing which actually took us aback is that convocation will conduct its business, especially sensitive ones like this one, on 24th December in the afternoon. When Bakere has closed its gates for Christmas, I took on the young stars, the young brothers who are actually manning this convocation. I told them, if we are not transparent, the world will judge us negatively. I'm happy that Mr. Bruce Balaba Kabasa is a good listener that has allowed my suggestion that let's open this thing for fair play for all members of Convocation. I did that not by causing a strike, I did that by threatening to cause a strike. because I was chairman of MUASA. And causing a strike is within the laws of Makerere, especially if it is reported and within the law. So no one can take it on negative impacts. Two, I want, before I come to authority, nobody, I repeat, nobody, including all of us, have the power and strength to remove a vice chancellor from a university. We don't rely on rumors. When you saw us starting out one vice chancellor here, he was unactive and there was no law protecting him. But for the current one, the law protects him. So no one, let rumors not divide us, can remove Professor Numa from that office, unless council has done it along the law. My name is Atanga Adori. I came to this university in 1984, October. I have never left it. And I can declare, even if I'm given a very juicy job, I'll never leave it. Because Makerere made me. I've been lecturing for the last 25 years. I'm a very busy person, very transparent, and wants financial transparency. I respect administration, especially administrators who respect lower kind of stuff. I respect the high administrators who respect the lower people who sweep the streets. I love mobilizing resources, and I can't tell you out of my heart. The person who engineered my heart more to think Makerere can do better, and I've shared this with several people, including the President of Uganda, was and is the Katikiro of Uganda. When the Katikiro came up with a tafad, it looked like a game. But once he strengthened it, it has become one of the most cultivated innovation in Uganda. Notwithstanding 2 or 3 people who raise their voices against it, I quite think that if given the mandate to share of this great university, I will mobilize alumni, link up with other bodies to bring resources to this university, but resources which should be earmarked for particular activities. I told Vice Chancellor one time that if I'm given the vote on Saturday, I shall give 2 weeks to the executive. Think of how to mobilize and build a wall around this university. There is no porous university in East and Central Africa, including West Africa, where I have traveled, which is as porous as Makerere University. You enter from this side, you get out from this side, you crisscross. We cannot control thieves in this university because we don't have ways of control. That will be my first assignment. And that one is enshrined in one of the articles of the Constitution of this Convocation. The only thing we should be, and Tando will do it, if 1 shilling is made for 1 brick, 1 shilling will buy 1 brick. Financial transparency is what makes people give you money. You experiment with it, you get there. I'm not going to be a chairman who will present those years and those years and those years. I will be chairman who will try to bring reality. And once I get into council, I convince council that this university can do better by mobilizing its own alumni, but also by setting a high moral taxation standard that members who are interested in funds should use those funds for what they meant. Convocation is an association, I will call it, of all former students of Makerere, including staff Staff of Makerere, as by law, are those employed, right from the sweeper or the sanitary cleaner to the highest professor, like Professor Numa. Those are members of Convocation. I want to request staff that no one should defraud you of the vote. You all have the vote and you are all supposed to implement it. To become a candidate is very challenging, and I want to congratulate members for declaring that you are candidates. I want to congratulate you for declaring your interest in doing this job. To step and declare going to be a candidate in itself is very important and very difficult. But the fact that we make ourselves candidates should not be that we make ourselves enemies. We should actually make ourselves candidates where the losers join the winner because we are all members of Convocation. And when I win, which I think I will, join me and move. Lastly, I know time is up. Convocation is not a political theater for any political party in this country. Yes. I want to emphasize, and I hope the member is here, Convocation is not a political theater for any political party, including but not limited to the NRM, the FDC, the DP, the UPC. I said including but not limited to. It is an association of alumni of different political shapes, different political colors, different heights like Kanga who's short and taller than Karahama. And the taller. You know, people are trying to bring politics in this game now. And trying to mesmerize us with political papers. We are going for Convocation as a family without political color. And we use it to raise money for a university that admits everybody irrespective of political share. No one was asked political affiliation in any of the forms in Makerere when you are entering here. They could have asked you religion. They could have asked you tribe, like me, Tororo Japatola. They could have asked you everything. They could have asked about your mother. But they didn't ask you, I'm sure, about the political party you belong to. So colleagues, members of our fraternity, whether we have money, whether we are short or small, let's protect the unity of the university, because the university is the highest good in academics of the country. So when we come here as members looking for votes, leave politics at the gate, come here as a great partner, and we look for votes. Lastly, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, the articles of the Constitution will be availed to you. Getting this Constitution was like getting meat out of the lion's den. It took me marathon meeting and movement to get the Constitution and show the Vice Chancellor that is the chairman of the Board of Trustees. I went to the Vice Chancellor, I told him, Vice Chancellor, you are the chairman of Board of Trustees of Makerere University Convocation, and you should be chairman for 6 years. Vice Chancellor, listen, I am. That's all. And we will. What I'm telling you, let us use the Convocation. Let us not spare the Convocation. Let's use it as a resource mobilization tool. Let's bring money here and follow that money. People make funny reasons using Convocation. I have not seen a balance sheet where the money was used. We have a plot in Katanga. I think some you know this. I take it there if you don't know. We should build that plot so that we save Katanga land from being grabbed by those other so-called investors. Thank God. I have the courage, I have the will, I cannot hesitate. I request all of you to vote Odoy on Saturday. Nobody will need to get workers on Saturday. We shall all vote. If I lose, I join the winner. You also promise to join me. I can see you now. Want to show up to you. Thank you very much, Mr. General. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akodoy.
Hey, You said Mr.
Prime Minister is used everywhere. But it's not the means anyway. I would like also to welcome the chair of the University Staff Association. He was in somewhere. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you.
The vice chairperson, you're also welcome. Where are you? Please.
Vice.
Others I will show them later as we progress. For the candidates who have come late, I have a list of 9 candidates, others were not yet around. So the 5 who were around picked. And we have been following that order, so we are going to the 5th one and then you will pick. So can I call the 5th candidate to come and talk to us? I don't know why you prefer to.
Thank you, Program Coordinator, and the Vice Chancellor, my fellow candidates, members of staff, fellow alumni, the student fraternity of this fabulous institution. I am called Innocent Ayo. I am bachelor holder from this university. I graduated in 2010, Bachelor of Procurement and Supply Chain Management. Let me remind myself of the days that we used to be here. The Makere Oye! The Makere Oye! The Makere Oye! I also want to apologize for Pierre doing to this. It wasn't my will. I hope you understand. But I came to know about the Convocation elections 1.5 weeks back. Somebody told me that the alumni is directing their leadership. I asked myself, and I asked them, when was this? I asked all those questions that probably a wider membership of this organization are asking out there as we elect. I am also very keen and very keen to note the efforts that the staff have rendered under your leadership, the Vice Chancellor. I want to say thank you. The times are not easy. Thank you. And I want to also thank the student fraternity for holding on the university flag, no matter the circumstances which we find ourselves in. When I came to contest to be the chairperson of the convocation, many questions were asked. Do you have the money? Will you manage on your clutches? You are too short. You are too black. These were serious questions that I actually contended with, and I said, no matter what, I'm going to put my hand up. If the teacher picks and says the answer is correct, which you are now teachers in this case, I will go through. If you say my answer is wrong, I will sit down and put my hand down and learn the correct one. Alumni, I believe it has enormous and a very big potential. And that's why I offer myself this position. I know, just like anything powerful, has those things that feed on it. The potential and the capacity of the Alumni Association is under threat, just like any other powerful thing. I know my colleagues have spoken and said, we don't bring politics into this. And my sister down here was asking that the candidates introduce themselves with what they do. I'm glad to tell you that I am a farmer first, but I'm also the secretary for mobilization of the youth desk in Forum for Democratic Change. The Makerere Convocation belongs to all, but it is not void of politics. That's a fallacy that we need to clarify in this room. Mr. Tango didn't introduce himself in full, like I did. I had the courage to introduce myself as FDC. He did. And these are some of the challenges we are going to face if we cannot honor, if we cannot respect our decisions that we have made before coming here. It is very true politics is alive and well in Makerere Convocation. Politics is alive and well. We also know very well money has exchanged hands. That's not a lie. If you have not got it, ask them. We also know very well that membership have been paid for by the several candidates. This is the problem of Makerere Convocation. Lack of sincerity, lack of openness. So if you're going to elect leadership, no matter what they write down in PowerPoint, no matter what English they confess, no matter what connections they have in New York, Washington, everything, that's a lie. We in Uganda have the power to change what we need to change. How many people have since graduated from Makerere University? On average, I understand it's about 13,000 people now that graduate from Makerere University. More than that, this is enormous potential that we can harness, and all these things are changed. But the one thing that I'm telling you, lack of sincerity, what brings Odoi, yes, thank you very much for developing the constitution. You have done a lot to bring it up to this far, but allow it to grow. Therefore, when a young man like me steps in front like this, I am therefore viewed as a spoiler. A spoiler of what? If I'm spoiling eating, rackets, yes, so be it. So I offer myself to spoil the eating racket and make sure that what belongs to the Makerere, which are actually Ugandans, by the way, because we are the dream of this country, you cannot overlook that fact. Makerere itself remaining Makerere will not be of use to Uganda. Makerere should be of use to itself, but also should be of use to the society. The society is faced with problems of unemployment, underemployment. These are problems that Makerere Convocation should help the country address. If we cannot do that, we are eating on the behalf of the many. So I appeal to you who are here. I appeal to your inner hearts, your intellectuals. 10,000 of subscription cannot honor your vote. You have the power in your hand. Don't pass it so steeply of 10,000 shillings. Times are hard, you need a fighter. Times are hard, you need a sincere person. I have talked from my heart. Nobody sent me here. If I wanted to mobilize the house full, I would do that. But I wanted to appeal to whoever matters, to come and listen. So that when you go that day, don't disturb yourself with looking for long names. Just look for the shortest name in the ballot paper. A, Y, O. Are you? A, Y, O.
can go back with it. Things are coming. So by the time we reach the last candidates, I think the house will be full now. Thank you very much, Mr. Innocent. That lot of things. Those were the first 5. We have another 3 candidates. The order is simple. You have already paid. So the first one who has paid is Vincent. And it's 10 minutes. So the timekeeper is there. As you talk, you keep looking at him.
Thank you very much. I organize the presence of the Vice Chancellor. I organize the presence of my fellow opponents and the rest. And I have to organize all of you. My name is Vincent Mwagawa. I'm a human rights defender to begin with, but I'm also a Catholic. But I'm also a member of the Democratic Party. But I'm also a Muchika. I have different identities. This race is a political race. Necessary, it is politics. You can say that we do not need partisan politics, and I don't think we need partisan politics. But we are in a political contest, and it is a contest of ideas. So what is the problem of Makerere University? In 2006, I participated in the campaigns for the Convocation. And I authored a document, the title of this institution is Makerere University. By that time, I bashed the leadership of the Convocation so much. I've come to learn that I was wrong. I shouldn't have bashed the leadership of the Convocation. The problem of Makerere University has never been the leadership of the Convocation. The problem of Makerere University has never been the Vice Chancellor. The problem of Makerere University has never been the University Council. We need to diagnose the problem. If we get the diagnosis wrong, we are not going to get the treatment. We are not going to get the solution. How do you think? Makerere University is beset by strikes. It is in a vicious cycle of strikes. If it is not the students striking, then it is the members of staff striking. Academic staff, if it is not the academic staff, it is the support staff striking. It is only the administrative staff, the top administrative staff, that I have never seen go on strike. For all the years I've been in Makerere, and I came to Makerere University in 2001. I have put the increase from Makerere University. Why do we have these strikes? Why do we have these strikes? The problem is one. It revolves around money. If the students are not striking because of the increment of fees, they are striking because their allowances have not been paid. If the members of staff are not striking, members of staff will only go on strike because their salaries either have been late or they are inadequate. This is a very, very big problem. We cannot accept this to continue going on. We have people who are high ranking in the leadership, in the leadership of the ruling party, who have high ranking positions in the ruling party, and they have never done anything. They are Makererians. They don't even attend the AGMs of the Convocation, and they want them to be a solution. No, we cannot accept this. Since 2006, when did you ever attend the annual general meeting of the Convocation? You can answer.
The annual general meeting 24th December in the afternoon when I'm kissable with my parents.
There is no annual general meeting which has ever been organized the day after, and you are there. So how is a lack of funding related to the convocation? Strong schools, strong institutions are run by the alumni, are funded by the alumni. Entire school, for instance, I come from Western Uganda, I come from Bush. Entire school has remained very strong because of the funding from the alumni. The alumni should be funded with this institution. I wrote a program. I've shared with you those who are on the staff or on the mailing list, staff mailing list. Those who are my friends on Facebook. I've always written about the convocation, I've talked about the convocation, I've generated a million ideas about the convocation. Why don't you let ideas reign supreme? It's not about wanting the one powerful presentation. People do, they are very many, by the way. There are very many people who until recently did not even know where the convocation offices are. I always aspired to be in leadership positions. I had 7 leadership positions when I was an undergraduate student, and I performed very well, by the way. So that shows the potential that I have. That shows the capacity that I do have. But I'm also a very loyal follower. When I stood in Lumumba as a JRC member, and my position was swapped, given to another person, I said, well, I don't remarry to take a university degree. I'm not going to go and put it after all. I sit with the professor of the faculty, but after all, I interface with the dean as a leader of the non-residents. After all, I'm a member of so many, I'm a leader in so many capacities. I'm a very loyal follower. I want to tell you that we are not having elections on Saturday. They are not even selections. This election is about who has the capacity to organize, have a bigger mob. It is about who has the capacity to organize lots of funds, pay for members' subscription, which is quite unfortunate. It is not even expected it is not expected of persons from where I come from. It is so bad. It is unbelievable. I want to say to go. Whether or not I'm elected the chairman of the convocation, I will remain a permanent member of the convocation. The relationship that alumni have with their alma mater is the relationship that children have with their parents. So nobody can chase me away from the convocation of Makerere University. They are telling me I have to do 2 minutes. I will if I'm not allowed to contribute from outside, from within, then I will contribute from outside. If I'm not allowed to contribute from outside, then I will do what I know best. Those of you who are here, members of staff and those who are students, remember the November 17th strike of 2003 which took place there. And the students too got the dean, Mr. Ekulo then, and tied a rope. In his stomach because the leaders did not listen. In social sciences where leaders were listening to me, there was never a single strike. There was about to be a strike, which I abandoned. Professor Chimira can attest to that. All the people who are leaders in social sciences can attest to that. While I'm a very good follower, I'm a very stubborn person. I stubborn in the sense that I know my rights and I believe that you should do the right things. Let integrity the way it's stupid. I can't even that. Come, vote Vincent, vote Vigor, vote Value, vote. The vote of the let's go.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vincent Wangaba. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I know this year. Thank you very much. That is Vincent Wangaba. Can we have the second?
The Vice Chancellor, Makerere University, distinguished leaders from various departments, my fellow colleagues in the struggle, grand Makereans, ladies and gentlemen. The Makerere, the winning boy. My name is Chris Manila, a former student of this university and a former resident of the great mighty hall, Lumumba. And I come back here to Council Town in order to be a leader for the Makerere University Convocation. Apparently, I'm employed as an inspector of local governments in the Ministry of Local Government. And I have a lot of passion for coming to lead Makerere University in the Convocation. I have already diagnosed the problems of Makerere University, and I will not dwell so much on talking about what has gone wrong in Makerere University. So I'll dwell much on what I intend to do the moment I'm given the mandate. Start with, you may have known or heard that every year Makerere University unleashes over 13,000 in the employment world. But our biggest challenge is that there is a missing link of the graduates that unleash in the world vis-a-vis the employment that is out there. Now, Convocation, when you look at its responsibilities as embedded in the Constitution, one of the pertinent issues that Convocation should deal with is to act as a liaison between the university and the outside world. Even the topmost employee of this university could be having sons and daughters at home who are employed. Yet, the presumption would be that such kind of sons and daughters would be accorded employment upon completion of studies. But that one has not happened. So it's a big puzzle that we intend to sure when we get into Convocation. By trying to reach out to potential employers world over in pursuit of employment for our fellow youth, because I'm a youth and I subscribe to the interests of the youth. The second issue we intend to address, the moment you grant me the mandate, is to set up an endowment fund for the Convocation. Most people have spoken about raising funds and the like, but I've already worked out a strategic plan which I intend to implement when I get into office. Because world over, when you go to say these advanced universities, you'll find that the endowment fund is by and large a source of resource that can be tapped into to fund some of the developmental projects within the university. So I need your support so that we can take that forward. The other challenge, the other issue I intend to deal with, which I intend to address, emanating from the challenge, is that the relationship with this university has not been so good with the current establishment, that is government. And to some extent, the strikes that have embroiled this institution have been the result of the poor relationship with government. Now, as a leader, I know that once I get into office, I'll become a member of the University Council, and it is through the University Council that we shall try to lobby government to ensure that there is appropriate resource allocation to this institution so that issues which have led to turbulent times can come to an end. The fourth issue that I intend to deal with is by streamlining the Convocation office. With due respect to my leaders who are managing the Convocation, we feel that little has been done as far as promoting Convocation is concerned. Whereas our dear Professor Dr. Tango has said that it was his personal initiative to ensure that it's transparency, I also want to say that it was a concerted effort of the general Convocation. If you look at the current enrollment, you may not even find a trace of a member for Convocation. Reason, there are no records at the Convocation office that can be relied upon to know that Convocation has a membership of this extent. And that's a tremendous share. Reason, this university is the icon of everything that occurs within this country. No wonder it is reported about every day. So our major task is to streamline the Convocation to ensure that we set up a database as one of our first assignments, and the portal of looking for our former students and staff, so that if there is any training opportunity within Makerere University or world over, our students who are in pursuit of employment can be able to find such information through the portal. And through that kind of agenda, we shall be attempting to deal with problems such as unemployment, information sharing, to mention but a few. I have too much passion for our staff at Makerere University. But lately, the struggle has always been that it is the professors, lecturers, doctors to be favored at the expense of the other staff within the university. Recently, an initiative, I think, hatched by the MUASA, came about with a view of enhancing salaries of professors 15 million. But nothing of the kind came up to deal with issues affecting the administrative staff and the support staff. While I was on my campaign trail, I visited White Supporters, where most of our support staff stay. But what I found there devastated me. Like, as you may know, with due respect to the financial constraints that this university is going through, these dear employees of the university, support staff, are staying in asbestos-roofed houses, which were rendered medically harmful for human beings. So, in my own view, I feel that the university has relegated part of its staff to the periphery. So, my agenda, if I get into the Convocation, is to endeavor to fight for salary harmonization for all staff, so that our dear employees can work in a harmonious environment. Even Bronx in Lumumba. So, I'm going to endeavor to ensure that, slowly by slowly, we put our brains together, of course with the existing establishment, to ensure that we do what is ideal for the continuity of our dear institution. With those few remarks, I I thank you for listening to me. And only, I want to implore my fellow candidates to stand up with their agents and send me into Thank you.
Please. Yes. Can we have Mr. Karanga here?
It's definitely.
Thank you. Quickly on the lighter note about titles. You know there was a very brilliant lawyer called Abraham Lincoln. And then he goes to court and says, this man, apparently the police officer was the one accused. And he kept saying, this man is a wrong, this man is a rogue, this man. And then the police officer said, no, my lord, I'm not a man, I'm a police officer. And then Abraham Lincoln went and said, this police officer is not a man. Now the titles, fellow Macarians, now, you know you can only attempt to impress the people at a distance, but you can only impact on them when you are up close. The reason that brings me to Makerere is to deal with those challenges that have faced this institution. That the cleaner in any hall of this university, in the lecture room, only cleans the lecture rooms and keeps thinking when his child gets to join that very lecture room. That the lecturer and the professor have consistently been reduced to seeking and fighting for their pay when they can actually concentrate on research. That the administrative staff that ensure that the university runs every day only keep dreaming when they can get a good retirement package. That's what brings me to Makerere University. Makerere may have some challenges. Those challenges must be addressed by all of us, by a team of leadership. What faces Makerere can be dealt with. It's reachable. Makerere has the best brains in this country, in this world, has very wonderful brains. Makerere has a good reception out there. People love Makerere University. Makerere has all the opportunities. But what has remained the challenge of Makerere has lacked a voice. Makerere has lacked a voice. A voice that will speak for everyone that lives in this university. For everyone that lives in this university. That's when a young lady or a young man graduates from Makerere University, he does not keep roaming the streets of Kampala as if he's in charge of street parking, but he finds employment, he finds something useful to do. I can tell you something, that it is the law of the nation. But let's give everybody a candidate. Okay, it's an issue. This is Makerere. I welcome everybody who is it's also allowed actually in this. Colleagues, you know what? Let nobody tell you so many stories. It is the duty of a nation to educate its children. It is the duty of a nation to make sure that those who educate its children are actually well-regulated, actually well-paid. It is the duty of a nation to make sure that the most historical brand university like Makerere flourishes, and not just not flourish here in Kampala or in Ghana, but flourishes on the world now. You cannot keep giving the other resources to a university like Makerere. And then you think things are going to happen overnight. How? You cannot let the old students, the staff of this university, those who love this university, and mobilize, and reach, and call, and then you think that this university will flourish. How? That's what brings me to Makerere University. Now, I know my colleagues. Let me mention it. I am proud of this university. I am proud of Makerere University. The reason I can tell you, having spoken for 15 minutes, I was asked some questions. One journalist asked me, after winning an election, the parliamentary elections, after winning with the difference of 4 votes, one journalist asked me, that Karanga, what makes you tick? And I say, it is Makerere University. The training that we get from here, we can't get it anywhere. But the contribution that we make when we leave this university, well, so I appeal to all of you, those here and those away, that let's join forces, let's join hands, let's come here, re-energize and light up that Eiffel Tower and Makerere shines again. That we can do. That we can achieve, and it is within our reach. Finally, now, those who think politics is bad, I don't think that there is no problem, my brothers. Identifying yourself with even your political party if you want. Now, for instance, my brothers, and there is no problem, surely. my brothers, you know yourselves. There is no problem. There is no way you can be a bishop and you're not from Christianity. Or a sheikh and you say you're not a Muslim. You know. Then you can't be in the party. You really, you focus on issues of the youth league or its elections or whatever, and you think that's not your party. No. And it's okay. Be proud of what you are. So it's fine. It's fine. As I conclude, I believe in team leadership. I am going to work with whoever wins this election. And that way, I know because we are 11, the committee is of 11. I know there are a number of us. I can see very able young men and young women. I see Peter here, see Dida, I see a number of them. I see people. I see so many there. But I know that the task of turning around this universe and giving it more energy, moving it forward from where it is where we want it to be, can only be done with a team of leadership. Now, irrespective of where we come from, whether groups or political parties, maybe political parties, I'm not sure, we can get together and turn around this universe. One thing that you can be assured, one thing that I have committed to share government to make sure that this university flourishes again. We owe what we are, this university. We owe it to Makerere. That can only happen if we choose to pay back in equal measure. I thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you very much.
She didn't introduce herself entirely. She has been at the helm of power in this university as a council member. Therefore, if council is being blamed for failing to transform the university, Honorable Grace is part of that failure. Secondly, Honorable Grace is a very easy person. I'm sure, don't think about her vote, she will vote me. She knows that when I was chair of MUASA, I did my part and you hand over the baton. In this university, there has never been salary increase. Let me emphasize. There has never been salary increase except increase of science lecturers, which has not trickled down to the lowest worker. Exactly. The only thing which she should have had the merit to say is that the trickle down to lowest worker has been literal.
How much?
When you occupy the position of responsibility, you should act with responsibility. We last got the highest salary increase of 30% for science lecturers. It was me and my executive that fought to bring science on board because the humanities were getting better money at the top up. Sciences were dry. So when the president suggested we supported giving sciences the lead because they have no private students. Yes. And that is the only salary increase which did not go down to the lowest one. Otherwise, last year they gave 10%. Ours here we don't get a full 10%. We actually get either 8 or 6%, anywhere the government is giving 10%. But it went down to the lowest one. And when Tambo was chairman of MUASA, that was a trend. So I don't want to think I went behind the back of others. I want that to be clarified. Two, like what Dr. Mob said, let us know our mandate now, colleagues who are contesting, so that we are not held in the negative. What is our mandate as chair of Convocation? Is it to manage the university? Is it to contribute in council to help the running of the university? I think let's demarcate our roles so that our listeners understand what we should do once we get there. Lastly, my colleague, yes, that's a very young man. That young man is a good friend of mine. I like him for he always takes me on. When you're in MUASA, you try a lot, but you need to own. That's why we hand over the baton. That's why in this university we run a relay. I can tell you the MUASA constitution does not have term limits, but we practice term limits here. You do your part, you say I've done this, you hand over to another group. So what I did not accomplish, my colleagues right now have tried and have done a great work. And that is the question we asked generally. My brother Ayo, a foil, I'm very grateful for telling me to be bold. I'm a very bold person. When the NRM appointed me as its chairman of the Electoral Commission, I took up the job, but up now I have no appointment letter. And what does that mean? I can't resign from a career. What does that mean? I'm here more and less there. That does not mean that when I become chair, like I'm sure you will vote me, I will promote NRM. I have to promote Convocation. Whether they are in London, whether they are where, they must be part of Makerere to build Makerere Convocation. That is the emphasis I say. That let's not to put a lot of political party color in this thing. We know, Grace, you are not a candidate. We know very well. Well, that's Grace. Let's just leave her. What I know.
Yes, continue.
Let her leave. Well, Grace has her problems. You know, so what I'm saying is that yes, I belong to a political party. when he loses, I tap into him. I will deeply, in fact, we have like equity to do some job. Professor Wilama Simo here knows a lot of physics of the moon. I will recruit him. That is what we call teamwork. As Tabodoy, I value everybody. I value the sweepers in this university. And it will take you long to defeat me among the lower staff here. Thank you very much.
They ask some general questions. And we ask those who arrange themselves committees whether it is the right thing for those who are vying as chairpersons to determine who should be on their team. My view, my considered view, is that it is illogical, it is morally offensive, it is repugnant, it is outrageous, but it also promotes cronyism. It also shows the highest level of thuggery we have being exhibited in this whole exercise. Because for me, as the contestant for the position of chairperson, I do not have to dictate who should be my vice chairperson. I don't have to dictate who should be my publicity secretary. I don't have to dictate who should be my treasurer. I don't have to dictate who should be my committee members. And in any case, I don't even know their competencies. So, people who have allied themselves to lyrics, they are not things, they are hits. Want to put Makerere University on a failure and say it. And you have to be aware of them. Number two, there's a question that was asked. Who will be the chairpersons? There are people who are dishing lots of money into this campaign. I believe that we should get ideas very simply. You need to ask them how are they going to recoup the amount of money that they have invested in this exercise. Is it a business venture? I see my brother, don't worry about the media practitioner. The media has not covered the convocation. It is not. This whole exercise, the doing the elections are much more fundamentally covered than the convocation. Yet the convocation brings together the staff, it brings together the alumni, but also it should engage the students because as alumni, the relationship the alumni have with the continuing students is the relationship the children have with their siblings. These students are our siblings. They are our young brothers and sisters. I've advocated for the students even when I'm outside. In 2011, Professor Yamle around all the students who had not finished paying to sit their exams. It was my own initiative. People know that. They took me to jail. I spent 8 months in jail because I opposed the recruitment office. And I suggested the alternative. Let me summarize. What I stand for, if we have a clear team headed by Vincent Wagaba with the integrity, we shall be able to address and have a publishing house. If we work together with the university administration, there's nothing fundamentally different about that. Maybe prestigious universities have publishing houses. You will see Manchester University Press, Harvard University Press, Michigan University Press. Why can't we have Macquarie University Press? And I am told that we usually have a publishing house. We need to have a media outlet. We need to have a media outlet. I work for the Makerere and I still have the nostalgia for the Makerere newspaper. Recently, I was doing the UC Standard. I was doing the UC Standard. It's fantastic. The Vice Chancellor was there. Why don't you have a newspaper? You have read about the transition. Why don't you have a magazine? Why can't you have a magazine where convocations. We need to have a convocation secretary. Right now we don't have a secretary because there can never be a secretary for one person. The convocation, right now the person who is there is called one person. So I want to ask, I want to employ you, I want to ask you, I want to request you to come and vote me if you want to work in a university.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry you came when I already talked. The vote bounced me on the number one, and no one had seen me by then. Those of you who were here, it's okay. Those who weren't here, I am glad that today I came here. I'm glad to come here and see the problem we've got as a country. And this is the Supreme University. Someone sits here and starts shouting in the main hall when we are talking things that should involve this university. I have to talk with that tone. I have a stake in this university. When campaigns were here, I met students who were campaigning. They were putting posters on the floor for their candidate. I can't mention the party. And when I talked to them, they told me, I told them, I don't want you to put things here. They told me you are foolish. I told them we are teaching you to drop this card. They asked me, is your home developed? Is your family developed? They told me you want to go to your family. It is with that spirit that I have to express my feeling. You come here and you think you'll be at the level of Harvard or Oxford when you come here when we are discussing issues and you start shouting. I don't give a damn, and I'll say it again, I don't give a damn when you don't vote me on Saturday. Because I have principles that anyone who went to school for 3 years must follow. You can raise it higher, as you see. But I have my principles. My name is Aspirants. I teach physics. I have finished the whole of last year showing people the moon. I had my presentation here had all the roles of the convocation. My will to be in convocation is to move this university to the next level. Not the moon. Yesterday when I was leaving my office, I left my office at 9:30. I left students on the steps of my office outside, still accessing the internet. They are using my modem, my router for wireless. And when I see them always feeling bad when I'm getting out of the campus, because they still wanted to serve, it hurts me. And the router costs less than $200. They asked me, what will I do or what qualifies you to be a chairman of convocation? I will let you go to YouTube, you type there convocation video and put in my name. All these things that are being talked about here, making a publishing house, soliciting for funds, making sure what all my points are there. I also sent everyone, I also get emails of everyone and send my presentation. And I'll say it again, because I could have said everything when I'm smiling. But when I hear people are on the canteen giving out money, when I give you 10,000, how would I come to pick 50,000 from you? You tell me you are getting back your 10,000 and making a profit of 40,000. Because I gave you money to go and register. I cannot solicit money for fundraising from you. So if you want to move forward, those who are members of staff, if you want us to move this university to the heart of Africa that we want, vote the chair who has contributed, who is willing to contribute, and who is willing to source funds from you without fearing to say, but I gave you 10K, but you know, I want you to bring 100. It is impossible. That person who gave you money for subscription or logistics will never ask any penny from you because he feels guilty. But also you are saying that they have money. Who has money? Everyone is fishing from our treasure. I know it's time, and I can stop now, but remember the 26th Thursday of March that I say that the problem of this country is me in you, because you do not have principles. If you get those principles, we shall drop this university and we shall become the middle income that we keep talking about. If we have the principles, and I stand for those principles.